Hey, what's good guys, Mr. Games here, back at it again with another video, and right now it is currently February 2nd of 2021, meaning that January has just finished, a whole month of hauls on games, manga, etc, and I figured I'd share that with you guys. So, welcome to this to the first video in a new series I'd like to call Hauls and Stuff. Essentially, it's what it says. I'll be showing you some of the manga, some of the games I purchased within the previous month, and showing it off to you guys. Now, before we begin, I'm going to mention this now. I will separate this video into two parts. One, the game section, and two, the manga anime section. And so if you're coming in here because you want to see the manga or anime stuff that I got, skip to the time that it says right here. If you're not wanting to watch that part, just keep that in mind as a part to stop the video at. I'm not going to force you guys to stay here if you don't really like anime and manga, so yeah. But anyways, with that said, let's start off hauls and stuff for January 2021. Now this month I've been pretty busy overall, so I haven't really gotten a great chance to read any good manga or play any good games for the majority of it. I've probably only really recently gotten to play games, a couple days ago, so basically I'm not going to talk about gameplay of any of these games, because I really haven't gotten a chance to play them, except for one, which you will see towards the end of the segment. But why don't we start off with some of the non-video games I purchased, but some of the video game merchandise I bought, with the one and only non-video game thing I purchased this month in terms of video game merchandise. It's not a game. This Seti amiibo. So, story behind this was I was going to make a video with this amiibo. That didn't come to fruition, and now I got this figure because of that. I mean, I was going to buy it already, it's just that I feel more guilty if it's for a reason like that, but yeah, I got this for $8, and it's cool looking. So, I don't know, I'm certain you guys have seen amiibos like this already, so let's just move on. Alright, and moving on to some of the games I purchased, I had one major haul this month, which was actually towards the beginning of the month. And to summarize what that haul mostly consists of, it was just filling in gaps in my collection, like, stuff that I'm more surprised I just didn't pick up already, or some of the staples for each system. So, let's start off with the first two games I purchased this month, and you'll see why I said two in just a second. Devil May Cry 2 and Devil May Cry 3. Now, I have the original Devil May Cry right here, and yeah, I don't need to say too much more. I pretty much just purchased these because I wanted to complete the Devil May Cries on the PlayStation 2, and well, they were only $8 each, so I didn't really have, there wasn't really much of an excuse not to get them, especially since I did want to get them already. So yeah, anyways, I got two games here for PS2, but I actually got one other game for PS2, which is Final Fantasy 12. Now, this one was only $5, and oddly enough, I don't see this one too often near where I live. Like, I see a ton of Final Fantasy X-2s, the occasional Final Fantasy X, but oddly enough, I rarely see this game, so I just purchased it when I finally saw it that time, so yeah, and for $5, it was a pretty good deal, especially since I want to try getting all the Final Fantasies. I know, yeah, but anyways, moving on, I actually got two games, one for the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One this time, which is, if you give me just a second, and these are both actually exclusives, Bloodborne for the PlayStation 4 and Rise Son of Rome for the Xbox One, or at least console exclusives. I don't know if these are on, PC or not, but anyways, these are like basic staples of the PlayStation, Xbox, really good Souls-like game, and, well, it is made by the people who made Souls games, so of course it is. And there's also Rise Son of Rome, which, yeah, Xbox One, not really known for a lot of their exclusives, but this is like one of the few, and from what I've heard from people who've played this game, it is really good, so I picked this up, and they were both only, well, the Bloodborne was $8, but this one's only $5, so I really can't argue with that, and yeah. However, there is one other game I purchased that haul, and this is probably the funniest one out of all of them, and that is Metal Gear Solid Portable Ops for the PlayStation Portable. And here's a very funny thing. I don't own a PlayStation Portable. This was, not gonna lie, this is just an excuse for me to get a PlayStation Portable. I felt like if I got this, it would make me more willing to go purchase a PSP. But something I didn't take into account was like, I'd only saw one go up, and it was for $130, which is a little out of my price range, so yeah. But I got my first PSP game, and at least it's a good game to get as my first PSP game, but hopefully I can get a PSP soon. But yeah, I'm not really holding my breath right now. But anyways, that was for my first haul of this month. I did actually get 2 other games in this time, separately, and the first one is probably one that a lot of you know from a few years ago that was really well received. Resident Evil 2, the remake, and yeah, of course, I don't really need to say too much of it. It was a very beloved game when it came out, and from what I've heard, it deserves it. But yeah, no, actually, the main reason I purchased this was, so at Target, this was on a clearance rack, so, you know, they're going to be cheaper than normal. And this actually ended up only being $15, so I ended up purchasing it just because, you know, 15 bucks for a game like this. I remember when it was still 60, and I'm like, I'll just wait for it to go down in price, and well, went down in price it did. But yeah. Now, there is one other game I purchased, and it's actually been the one game I've really gotten a good chance to play this month, so let me go grab that real quick. I actually have to go grab it right now. I actually purchased this one digitally, so on Switch, and that game is, if I can just get it to load up. But anyways, the game I purchased this month that I've been actually playing a lot on Switch actually is Cyber Shadow, the new Yacht Club Games game. And to people who want to know what it's like, just imagine original Ninja Gaiden on the NES, except it has save points. Well, not save points. Checkpoint. Whatever, you know, basically if you die, you don't die permanently. But yeah, I've been playing this one a lot recently, especially over the past couple days, because I didn't really get this game too long ago. I think I got a release date if I'm not mistaken, but yeah, so I've been actually really loving this game. It's been one of the few games which has managed to suck me into it, so like every time I set it down, I just want to pick it back up again, which is good. It's really nice having that feeling again, especially after not playing games a lot recently. So yeah, it's really fun. I would recommend it. I had 20 bucks on Switch eShop, so I purchased it, and it's really fun. If you haven't gotten it yet, I would highly recommend it. It's just fun. That's how I'll say it. It's just fun. But yeah, that's really all there is to it for the games this month. So let's move on over to something else, which would be the next part of this video, the anime/manga. Now, again, like the games, I didn't really read any manga, but I did get a couple manga, and I got those 3 right here. So let me show you the first 2. Okay, so the first 2 I actually got the same day I got those games, and in case you can't really tell, the main theme that day was just spontaneous purchases. It wasn't really like I was going to go and calculating everything I was going to buy, because I just wanted to have fun. I don't like thinking too much when I purchase games. I just like going in, seeing what looks cool, buying it. But first and foremost, I got Mob Psycho 100 Reagan, and this is, of course, Mob Psycho 100. It's the spin-off following Reagan, duh. But yeah, essentially this, I was actually gonna get the second volume of Mob Psycho 100 because I do have the first one, but they didn't have second one. They only had like volume 6, but they had this one there, and I was actually pretty intrigued by it, so I figured I'd pick it up. I haven't gotten a great chance to read it, but I have skimmed through it, and it is really interesting. So yeah. And second off, and this is really a weird purchase for me now that I'm really looking at it, Rent-A-Girlfriend. I really don't know what I was thinking when I purchased this one. This one was mostly just a spontaneous purchase, and I mean, I'm not saying it's bad. I've skimmed through it. Looks good. And I haven't really gotten to watch the series yet, but I've seen clips of it, and it looks really good. It's just, it's something you might see pretty soon is I am a massive shonen tard, so this is just an out of place one, but I'm gonna give it a chance. As long as it's good, I don't really mind it. If it's, even if it's just like a 5 out of 10, at least it's not bad. So, and of course, knowing me, I'm gonna read the whole series. So, yeah. Anyways, let's move on to the final one, like manga I got, and the one I'm actually reading, or I read, and that would be Jujutsu Kaisen. And funny thing is that, so where I live, there's a good amount of bookstores that do sell manga, but oddly enough, every time I went to go see if they had Jujutsu Kaisen, they only had Volume 7, so of course that would mean it's very popular, which makes sense. I mean, it's really popular right now, but yeah, so I had to order this one, and yeah, it's genuinely really good. I love Jujutsu Kaisen, the anime. It's honestly fantastic. If you haven't watched it, I'd highly recommend it, or at least, or if you just want to wait until the end to binge it, I get that. But in case you want to know how much of the anime or how much of the manga the first couple episodes adapt, this is pretty much the equivalent of the first 4 episodes, which, let's be real, that's the trend with most shonen manga. Like, I'm pretty certain My Hero Academia did it, Demon Slayer did it. I could bet money that Chainsaw Man's gonna do the same thing, but yeah, I'm absolutely loving this so far. I am gonna buy more of the volumes, so yeah. Anyways, let's go ahead and show off the final thing I actually purchased this month, and this is, well, purchase isn't even the right term for this, so actually, let me explain. So, you see, I don't know if you have one of these near you. It's called a Round One. It's an arcade chain, which is from Japan, and essentially they have a lot of Japanese games and prizes, etc., and they had this one game where it was basically a UFO catcher, but instead of just picking up the prize and, like, dropping it, you actually had to pick up these balls, and you basically had to get them into this, what looks like a muffin tray, onto, like, a specific hole. And if you get in there, you win a figure. So I was there with a few friends a couple days ago, and I saw one of those machines and it had this cool figure in it. I figured, why not? I'll give it a try. Swipe the card. It was about the equivalent of $250. But anyways, I drop it in, and first time I managed to win this. So maybe it was just fate I should get it. But the thing I won was this Zoro prize figure, specifically him in his Wano design. Now, if you didn't know this about me, I am a huge One Piece fan. I absolutely love the series. It was my shonen, so of course I love it to death. But yeah, oddly enough, I have a few One Piece figures down there, but I don't really have any normal size ones, so this is the first one of those, and yeah, this is actually a really nice figure. It has its sword you can remove if you want to, and its cloak, like his thing, you can actually take it off if you want, but I'm gonna keep it on here, and I keep that down there right next to the manga just to keep on display. But yeah, that's pretty much all there is to of this month. I didn't really get anything else, but yeah, let's see what next month has. But anyways, so that was my pollen stuff for January of 2021. I hope you guys enjoy. I hope you like, subscribe, leave a comment down below, and until next time, friends.